Welcome back, fellow scrubs. This is Mark D. Wiz. I'm your host for today. We're working on Pocket Fighter EX, which is a community-based game. It is not endorsed by Capcom or SNK, not affiliated, not funded, not sold, just a free fan game by fans for fans. So, I've got, it's Monday, so we're back. I've got nothing. So it's like, what have I got? I got nothing. I got my controller back. I found the charge cable. It's endorsed by you. Oh no! And the controller took over the chat window and erased it. Because Microsoft, for whatever reason, decides that the controller should control Internet Explorer. So when I'm playing a video game, then Internet Explorer starts changing tabs and shit. That's a great idea, right? Oh, I got no sound effect audio here. Here we go. There we go. I will wave. So, okay, I got chat back now. I can see what's going on. I don't know. I just had Terry for no reason. Yeah. I know, really, right? Exactly. Okay, so one thing that I do want to change right away. Hey! CDO Happy Ali? CDL Happy Ali. Well, thank you for the follow. Hey, you got your own emote. That's great. I love it. So over in the corner here where we made the can fall down. So it's got a 1/6 chance of a soda can falling out of the machine. So hopefully we'll get one before Terry dies. Come on. Oh, no, he's off screen now. That's not good. Come on. It doesn't want to fall out. There it goes. You can't see it because Terry's standing in the way. And now Terry's dead. Anyway, we're discussing about having different colored soda cans because, well, that makes sense. There's different colored cans in the machine. Very curious about your job. I'm a developer too. Well, this ain't so much of a job as is a hobby, but I have worked in game development. I just don't currently monetarily work in game development. Look, he's not coming out. It's funny. And then Terry back rolls and it probably went off screen. Come on! Show this soda can. That's not gonna do it. He's just gonna die again. He's just gonna die. Let him die. Alright, we'll manipulate the programming midstream here so we can see it. Let's see. We've got to go to the stage. And the vending machine. And we're going to say that it happens every time. That way you can just see it. There it is. See? Pops out of the soda machine and it flies off the screen. So we were thinking, hey, it's only one of the red cans, so how about the other colors, right? And I was thinking, well, it kind of depends on how you want to do that. You can get really complicated to make that happen, but I thought it was a simple way. It's not the most efficient way, but it's a simple way. So what I'm planning to do is to have the different color soda cans being their own little sub-object. And we sort of already have that with, let's see, let's get rid of a few things here. We don't need all these stages here. Just want the one. We want, oh, chat says, hey man, I found your channel by random and I'm loving it. Very inspiring work. Well, thank you very much. How do I make my hitboxes? Use Box Collider or some other kind of script? I use a Box Collider to take in the collision data currently, and then from there it's a whole big super huge process of figuring out how to handle those. So I'm only using the box collider as an entry point, and what I'll do is I'll capture every collision that happens, and then I have to sort through them and see which ones are valid and which ones aren't, things like that. So when the process to do this in a game will heavily depend on what kind of reactions that you want the characters to have, and how you want to sort things, and what kind of data you need on the back end. So in this particular case, it's a very complicated thing. So like all of these fields, this is one single attack hit has all of these fields to it. All of this information goes into figuring out how it hits and what kind of effect to apply to the character. And these are even reduced down too. So there's that one. Yeah, I'll just expand all of them. There's that one. There's that one. That. And then there's these and these. It's grown into a friggin' monster. Now, so this is what I mean by it's customized. You really have to think about what you need and how to apply it. Got these. Got these. Along with these, these. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here, and it's just kind of grown over time. Yeah, there's a lot. This is just one hit. There's one attack piece of attack data. We'll put it that way. It's attack data for a hitbox. It's all this shit. On top of the actual boxes being defined on their own, which aren't quite as big. But they've got various things, like can be grabbed, cannot be grabbed, can be hit by projectiles, that kind of stuff. And this may not be the most elegant setup to have for it, but it works. It's been working. I know I gotta redo some of this stuff. It just grows. I won't say that it's like, hey, Uncle Roy, thank you. Meow. Yeah, cat food. Oh boy. Oh, hey! It didn't come in yet through the stream, but I see it in the chat. Is it coming through? Did it break? There it is! Thank you, zombie. Thank you very much. Jesus Christ. I've already played X7. X7's awful. I'm not playing X7 again for the rest of my life. It's the worst X game there has ever been, and probably ever will be. There's some fan games out there I'd rather play than X7. What was I saying? Shoot, I lost my train of thought now. Oh, I was gonna say that it's not necessarily like it's super difficult. It just gets really complicated when you add so much crap to it. The basic hit detection is not very difficult in Unity. Unity sends you an event and it's like, hey, something happened. Something collided with something, and then you just gotta look at it and make sure that it's a valid one. I mean, that's the very basics. And then you add on all this other crap after the fact. Let me minimize all this stuff again. I'm going blind looking at it all. Yeah, close that one. Close that, close that. There's a lot of little special rules that I had to put in place. I don't know if I went through this one completely on stream. I think I did though. Where, let's see, what characters we got? We got a Terry? Oh good, we got a Terry. So landing on a power wave, even if I were to land all the way to the ground, the frame that I hit it, it will still bounce me in the air. And that's actually a setting now. Because if Terry jumps and he lands on the crouching heavy kick, he's gonna fall to the ground instead of bouncing back into the air. So those are the two options for this. I gotta land on top of it. So no matter what happens, if I land on top of Power Wave, at the moment that I land, it will send me back into the air as an air hit. And that's the setting. Does it count as an air hit, or does it count as a grounded hit? And in this case, all sweeps and low attacks, they count as ground hits. And then all kind of like power waves, they count as air hits. That way there's no way that, like, if you happen to have landed on the same frame as the power wave collides with you, that you would get like a ground reaction. It would be a little weird. It's like, no, you jumped on top of it. You shouldn't have had a ground reaction to it. Minty Season, hello! What's up? So that's one of the nuances that I've added in there, and I can show it in the file. For hitboxes, power wave, projectile. It's somewhere here. Like I said, there's so many damn fields now. Not sure. Heavy. 1%. Here it is. Moment of landing behavior. So air hit reaction is set instead of ground. Ground is the default. And that's what gives it that property, where it'll always fall down. So just a little weird nuance to take care of there. Well, I don't know if complete's the word, but they're getting there. There's a lot of different problems that I've been seeing that I'm like, how should that really be handled? Like, I think King of Fighters' response to that problem was, instead of doing what I did, they just made the power wave hitbox a lot higher, so that it was very unlikely that that was ever going to happen. But I thought it was neat to have the power wave being shorter. See how short it is there? And that way you could do other things, like not so much with Ken because he goes pretty high with his Tatsu, but other people have just tiny little hop attacks that they do, and that can get them over stuff. It'd be better to show with Terry, actually. This also lets you give attacks that have the property of being like landmines. So see here, where I can do that little hop. Let me put it on line here, make it easier to see. Oh, I did it too late. See? And then he goes over it. But I don't have to make the hurt box that much higher. So there's not a huge gap here. He could get pretty low before he steps back down. And that's intentional. So it doesn't have a lot of height on it. Hey! Leonardo da Vinci? Leonardo? Is that right? Well, thank you for the follow. So that gives you a little more nuance to it. So you could have something that's really low to the ground that you wouldn't even be able to normally like land on. Hey! Minty Season, well, thank you for the follow. Alright, I got it right for once. This way you could, and I don't have a working example here. I don't think many games have done this kind of thing, but what if you had like a little energy land or landmine kind of thing? I mean, you know, D-Dark probably has something like that from Street Fighter EX. And you have the little explosion things, or explosion things. Oh my god, like the dynamite or the C4 that he leaves on the ground. You figure that that's kind of like, or like, you know, like in Smash Brothers, I guess Snake can bury a landmine, and if you run over it, it can blow up. You know, something like that, where you wouldn't be able to activate it until you actually stepped on it. And you would want that reaction to be like an air hit reaction like that, to blow you up in the air. Yeah, you can ask a question. Bonus points if it's on topic, but anything goes, I guess. I was wondering, your character movement on attacks, you handle that with rigid bodies, or do you have your own physics systems? So most of everything is done in the animator. So if we highlight Terry here, let's move him to the center here so he doesn't interfere with the other. Let's just say, I don't know, burn knuckle, right? So I'll do the light version. Burn knuckle. I use the root motion from the animator to actually move the characters. So everything, all the hitboxes or everything are stored in the animation timeline. Now that may become a problem later for determinism. And that's a whole other subject because Unity's animator does not use integers, it uses floats. And those don't calculate correctly all the time, every time, which leads to inconsistencies. So when you do net play, that's a no-no. I may have to find a different solution eventually. My go-to insane idea is we'll just recreate the animation player as a deterministic component and just mimic whatever Unity does. And that's kind of the nuclear option, but I think that might be the only way to solve the issue at hand. So yeah, I don't use the physics system because again, the physics system is not deterministic. So you will get basically random results at random times. It's not reproducible. So if you were to save a replay file and play it back, it would potentially not give you the same result every time. So that's not good. But we do use rigid bodies for one thing, and that's to consolidate all of the collision signals into one, how do I want to put it? So I guess what I'm trying to say is that if you have colliders, just free-form colliders inside of objects, you'll get signals from every collider about their collisions. But if you put a rigid body at the root of the object, like we do here, then all the colliders that are deeper than that in the hierarchy will send a message back to the rigid body when it has a message, when it has a collision message to send to the object. So it kind of funnels them all into one. It collects all of the colliders as a whole body. So that's really useful because then now we know where all of the messages are going to end up and we can deal with them appropriately. Even though it might not work well for net play, it looks really nice for single player, but how did you create movement on the animator? It's called root motion. So if you animate the root object that's next to, or that's at the same level as the animator, so here's the animator here. If you animate this transform in the animator, it will actually move the character. It'll do root motion. So here's like where it says apply root motion. Now I have a script handling it, so it says handled by script. But you can turn this on and off if you don't have any script handling it for you. So the option would be right here. And so any movement on that transform here, you can see I'm moving the X position and it's moving forward. So you can animate it like any other property and it just moves them forward. That's pretty much it. It's a very, very, very powerful tool. Root motion is a huge, huge, huge saver because when the character turns around, the root motion direction is preserved. So I have one animation for left and right, and depending on what side Terry is facing, I just use the same animation and it always goes forward. And then that's pretty much it. Jumping is not an animation. I think in some games it actually is, but I don't use it for that. I use different code for jumping. because any kind of hit reaction, where they fly into the air, that's actually a jump. They're all jumps. They have a different animation attached to them, and they know enough not to, how to land on the ground. So everything, if you knock them up like that, that's all a jump. And getting smacked back down to the ground is actually a reverse jump. You just get put into the falling phase quickly. Oh, there's a glitch. Hey, Terry's got a couple glitches right now, actually because of root motion. They changed the way that attacks that leave the ground work, and some of them are fixed, like that one, and some of them are not fixed, like this one, where he thinks he's on the ground, but he's also in the air at the same time. But that's a different subject. I just wanted to explain that if you're like, hey, wait a minute, that was weird. Why did he do that? Ah. It's fun. Okay, I didn't know this was possible. I've been handling movement for character attacks using force and velocity rigid bodies, but I really hate it because it looks random, as you said. Yeah, using force is... For some games, it might be alright. For a fighting game... Oh, I gotta turn my flux off. It's getting red. Where's flux? Here's flux. Okay, there we go. Sorry, the screen was red because my sunset simulator was going. Yeah, the force and stuff, it's a little janky. If you want tight character control like a fighting game, I would highly recommend against using it. Not saying it's not possible, but I wouldn't expect it to be very precise for what you want to do. Like the movement back and forth are just handled by the script. They just add the X and Y. Or just the X rather. They add to the X or subtract from the X if you're moving back. And then when you jump, it's just a manipulation of the Y coordinate. Like that's all standard script stuff, but everything else, any kind of attack is an animation. Even when they leave the ground, same thing. The script just considers them off the ground when they're not touching the floor anymore. So anything like this, it considers them off the ground and they actually do land. And the system can detect that. You handle different character costumes with sprite color remapping? No, we created our own shader to handle that. The character sprites are actually monochrome. Sprites. Yeah, sure. Like this one. I don't know if it... Yeah, so they're actually monochrome like this. And then the shader detects the grayscale value, and it replaces it with the color that I want it to be. So it's an automatic process that way. Yeah, that way we don't have to have multiple sprites. We don't have to worry about reshading whole textures and all of the crazy shit. It just, the shader handles it and that's it. It's done. We use it for some, like the characters obviously need it, but the like the Ferris wheel back here is actually just a palette effect. It's got 2 frames animation, but we actually change the color palette every time it cycles. So we use that to cheat other stuff. Most projectiles are just colored as is. It's really only things that have to be changing color you want to do it. Because it's a shader, it adds processing time, so you don't want to use it if you can get away with it. Oh, I didn't quite reach. Ugh. And that way we can also have as many palettes as we want for every character. You know, to do a whole bunch of stuff. Actually, no, I can do it. I can do this with Ryu. Ryu's got a fire attack. So we also use it to do the different effects on the characters. Oh, no, there we go. So when fire hits, it turns the characters different colors. So you see how they change from they kind of flicker like an ember color back and forth. That's all handled with the palette machine, or palette system, I guess you would call it. So another one that we use it for a lot of effects, like when they glow in max mode. We just wrote it. So this color, this is all palette manipulation, and same with armor max, get them the different colors. And then this here is also where he's engulfed in flames, so that palette effect is also from the palette system. We basically can do anything we want with it. And of course, you may have noticed, the after images here are basically the same sprite with a different palette. So, oh, EX attacks too. There's kind of a after image here. You can see it when I just kind of whiff it out here. There's that yellow after image. That's actually just a palette effect. Yeah, it uses up a little more processing power, but it saves you a hell of a lot of RAM. You know, it might be okay to preload these palettes as different textures with the amount of characters that we have, and the amount of sprites. They're so small that the computers today are so overpowered that you could probably get away doing that. But what happens if you want to make a full-size game? You know, you don't want to rely on that. You don't want to get used to those corner cutting methods. Because eventually I might want to make my own full-size game with big old textures, and you can't have 12 of those loaded at RAM at once. It would just destroy any computer. So, or geez, it would be even more than that. So you got to be careful. In this case, the palette method was the most efficient way to accomplish that. So, yeah, that's that. Oh yeah, let me get back to the other stage. How do I handle resolution for pixel art? That is a very complicated answer. Are you familiar with render textures? Because you'll need them. And even then, there's still stuff I haven't figured out quite yet how to mask. So basically, if you look here, the camera that renders this then renders it up here, because there is is it? Yeah, it's on free aspect. You can kind of see the border here leaking out. You know what? Let me do it this way. If I do this, you can see there's a border around it. Automatically resizes. So no matter what resolution it is, you'll just get like a wallpaper background on the game, and it sizes automatically. So the way I accomplish this, and it's probably the best way to do it for pixel art, you want to render the game at its native resolution. So that would be this. This would be the 224 by 126. You want the game to actually render in this small resolution. This is like 2x, or like 5x here to get in to look at it. But 1:1, it looks like this. This is 1x. It's so tiny because, you know, it's a tiny resolution game. You want to render that and render that what's called a render texture. And then you can take that render texture and render it somewhere else. So here you can see the layout here. The render texture renders it in the middle, and then it puts the borders and the wallpaper behind it. And you gotta do a lot of magic to make that work. You gotta do a lot of calculations. But to figure out exactly how to size it perfectly to the screen. But that's what you want to do. So the screen is now a texture that renders without any filtering. So you get the clean, crisp pixels. And it renders to a separate camera. Yeah, it's a little complicated, but that's the basic idea. You're rendering one camera to a texture, and then you render that texture in view of the actual camera for the application. So you're doing sort of like two kind of layouts there. So that's how that works. It's a little much to set up. It took a little while to get that to work right. That's the basic idea. I don't see anything in Unity that automates that kind of process. You just kind of stuck doing it manually. Damn it. There we go. That's what I want to do. So it's kind of like a game within a game, if you want to think of it that way. It works pretty well. It doesn't seem to bog down because the main game render is so small. It's going to render really quickly, and then you can just re-render with the thing. But it also, see, the trick there too is since you're rendering it at the small pixel size, you won't get any gaps. You won't get any tiling gaps. You won't get any weird oblong pixels or misshapen ones. It's going to render it, you know, 1-to-1, 1 pixel for 1 pixel. So that's the other advantage to doing that small render first. I have not figured out any other way to get pixel art to look right without doing that. You still sometimes get like a double pixel if someone's position is a little wonky, if it's like so nuanced that when it does its float calculation that it might push it between one side or the other, sometimes you'll get a double pixel. My theory is that during render calls, if you just round up the character's pixel position, then maybe that will work. Then you don't have to worry about, you know, it doing one, like a double pixel. I haven't tested it yet though, so who knows if it'll actually work. But it sounds reasonable enough. Yeah, I've seen some pixel perfect camera assets out there, and none of them actually fix some of the core issues. I've not seen one that actually fixes all the issues. So I'm just left to my own devices on that. I just figure I just have to do it myself. And it just is what it is. Alright, so the soda can. So I don't forget it this time. Or ignore it. The idea with the soda can to change all the colors on it, I'm not using the palette entry, but I could. Actually, you know what? The palette might be the best way to go. The more I think about it, the palette shader might be the better way to go. I was just going to make each a different object, and then just make them enable and disable, and they'd all just be animated on the same thing, but think about it now, the palette option would probably be the better way to go here. So what we need to do, we have to get our stage up here. Stage assets. So it's Neo Geo World, right? Now we're at night. Where is that can, man? Soda can. That is the animator. It's probably, yeah, let's say it's got the prefix of the Neo Geo World Night. so we want to show this in Explorer. And then actually do that twice. I'm gonna bring another copy of the window here. Oh, it's not gonna let me. That's all right. We're just gonna navigate to our original file, the one that's not in Unity, but we have elsewhere. Yeah, World Night. I think it's actually in the Sprite file. About root motion animations, if you don't want to do it on certain clips, can it just be left to transform it? I mean, they used to have a check mark in the animation clips that you could turn it on and off, and I think they removed it. So let me check that first before I say anything. I think they did remove that though. So animation. Oh, no, that's a different one. So here, like falling. There used to be a root motion checkbox here that if you did not check root motion, it would actually send you to that world position instead. So no, you can't turn it off anymore. If you don't want to move the character, then don't move the character, I guess, would be the rule there. Just don't modify to transform at all. At least the root transform. You can modify other transforms and they will not do that behavior. They will just modify them strictly as local positions. It's just whatever transform the animation controller is in, the animator. Yeah, okay, it's not the animation controller, that's the file with all the animation clips in it. But the animator in your Unity object, whatever transform is on that object, that's the one that's going to get applied to root motion. Just don't screw with it and it'll be fine in the clip. But if the clip happens to change that, then it will apply the root motion. Yeah, no problem. There's a lot of tutorials and shit about this stuff out there. It's just sometimes it's hard to find too. So for further reading, consult YouTube. But yeah, that's the basic overview. You called for an animator? Are you an animator? Yeah, Unity's animations are very powerful because you can basically animate anything in them. If it's a serializable public field, chances are it animates, and it's really good. All right, so these soda cans would probably have a GIF. A GIF. I'm sorry, it's a GIF. Get scolded for mispronouncing it. It's a GIF, not a GIF. Trash can? No. Soda can. Where's soda? Soda can. So probably what I would do here is I would, let's see, color mode is indexed. All right, that's good. We're going to load palette. And I have a pre-made palette for 16 colors. And here it is. And I'm just going to apply that. Just going to save that. And here's another Unity tip. Oh, that's not the wrong, that's the other. It's my go live image I made earlier. So if you want to replace a file without re-importing it, just got to go back to New GeoWorld. So here's the soda can. We're just going to right click, show in Explorer, and it's actually in a folder, obviously. If you take the same name, file with the same name, and copy over it, and replace it, it will actually automatically refresh that in game. So now if we change it so the soda can appears every time knockdown occurs, and you'll see it's gray now. See, it's gray, or well, almost black really. That way you don't have to like resplice it and re-import it and all that shit. So, alright, we've got that, but now we need to make it a sprite palette. So, palette sprite renderer. Of course, this is something we made. This does not come with Unity. GIF. GIF is the wrong opinion. So we're gonna create sprite palette. We're gonna say Neo Geo World Night Soda Can Red. Sure. And so we want this, and we only use 16 colors. That was the palette I selected. So let's see, we want, I gotta pull up the actual colored one here. So I'm gonna have to have this off screen for a second, but I'm gonna color pick from this, because Unity can color pick from any application, which is very handy. So I take the color pick here, and you can see it in this window as I go over here to the thing. And so I pick, oh, that's definitely not, that's not that color. Alright, what's this? Okay. Oh, we want this color. Oh, what happened now? How come it didn't work? What happened? There we go. I don't know, it glitched up. Okay, and that's gonna be the body. Yeah, it's freaking out whenever I select something first. I don't know. We'll exit out, come back. I don't know, Unity's weird sometimes. It's still weird! Oh no, what happened? Why is it doing that? Oh, you know what? I think it's my mouse cursor highlighter thing. I think it's picking that up sometimes. Because it's actually a window on top of other stuff. There. Now it works. We're good. So we've got the red. Now we want create a new one. NGW Neo Geo World Night Soda Can Yellow. Let's say. Okay, copy this. Paste this. It doesn't work. That's right. That broke. Alright, here's a trick. You have to save first for this to work. Save. And then we go to Show and Explorer. We're gonna say Neo Geo Soda. Ah, crap. NGW Soda Can Red. Well, we'll get rid of yellow. We don't need that one. We're gonna copy the asset, not the asset meta, but the asset. Copy and paste that as red 2. And rename it to yellow. And it will be a copy of that red palette. But you have to save for this to occur first. It does not save to file. There you go. See, now it's that. And then we're just going to take the yellow here. Oh, and it's gonna freak out because of my mouse cursor, but we'll keep doing it till it takes it. Look at that. It's all weird. Oh, come on. Give me the yellow. There we go. You know what? We'll change the white label on it too. It's a little too bright, I think. So we'll make that I mean, blue's the obvious answer, right? Oh, this mouse cursor's killing me. It's not letting me it's not letting me color pick. Alright, hold on. If we bring this over here, let me just do it this way. We're gonna copy the hex and just paste it in. I'm tired of dealing with this. Oh, there's the hex. Boom. No, it didn't paste. It didn't copy. Can you not copy? Better be able to copy. Come on. Yeah, okay, that worked. I cut it, so I should be able to paste it, right? Yeah, there we go. Make it a little brighter. No, maybe darker. Yeah, there we go. It's got like a black label on it. Soda black label. Yeah, blue. Do you mean black? Yeah, it's just because the thing around my clicker here, it's a separate window, and I think it's interfering. It's getting in the way of the color pick, and then maybe it errors out, and then it defaults to black or something. I think that's what's going on. It's never really done that before, although I don't usually do this on stream with the color picker, so. Alright, so now that we've got two, what we can do is go to soda can, and let's see, there's a controller, play animation, random chance. We do not have a soda can controller, so I'm just gonna make one, I guess. We'll go here. Well, we can make a generic script for this. Just load random palette, sprite palette. So just go to scripts. It's a generic one. Do we have a sprite? Should have palette sprite somewhere. There's so many freaking things in this project now, I don't know where anything is anymore. Where's here? Palette system. Oh yeah, okay. So let's just do load random palette controller. And we'll just make one quick. So this will be namespace palette sprite. No? Or sprite palette. Ugh. Sometimes Visual Studio Code does not pick up on all this stuff. So I'm just gonna go right to the source and see what... Oh, I guess it doesn't have a namespace. Probably should give it one at some point. Yeah, alright, it doesn't have some namespace. Never mind. That's why it won't load. Okay, fair enough. I'll take that. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Then what we want to do is to have palette, sprite renderer, texture palette. We want an array of texture palettes. And then just palettes. There's new. Right, yeah. Then public bool. Select random on enable. We want to do that. So on enable, if select random on enable, and we do a thing. And the thing we're gonna do is public void set random palette. Or I should say select. Select random palette. And it will say if palettes dot length is greater than 0, I should say greater than 1. Then we're gonna select random, else if, whoop, else if palettes are length is equal to 1, then there's only one of them, so it doesn't matter. Come on, go here, get this update message. Update later, jeez, get out of here. Just if I try and reap motion to my attack animation, it'll look so much better. Oh yeah, because now you can use the animation curves, and you can tween the animation and all the parts and stuff, and it's super. Ooh, that's what you want. That's going to get you the good result out of there. Make sure to use those curves properly, and they get pretty in depth. So go ahead and look up a tutorial on animation curves, and it is a lot to dig into. But if you can master those, you'll be good to go. Only one palette, just set that one. And then otherwise, that's it. There's nothing else to do. We don't want to set it if it's equal to 0, because there's nothing to set in that case. So then we also want on awake, we need to grab that palette sprite render. So private palette sprite renderer render equals, well, nothing actually. We want to get component palette sprite renderer. Simple things here. And then we want to check to see if that thing actually exists before we do anything with it. So if it does not exist, renderer does not exist, then we, well, we're going to spit an error because it really should exist. Otherwise, this shouldn't be here. Then, yeah, we want to return, obviously, but we want to spit an error. Debug log error. That's how I usually format it. We're gonna say renderer was not valid. Could not be found. We can also enforce this by going up here and saying require component, type of palette sprite render, and then so you can't add it. I think if you try to add it, it will just create the palette sprite renderer for you. But if you try to remove the palette sprite renderer, it'll be like, hey, that thing needs it, so don't get rid of it. So that's always a good way to help work out some issues. Okay, so if this is told to do that, then select random palette in the enable if you want to select one on enable. And that's up here if you want to change that. So these will be the two things in the inspector that you can see. And that's pretty much it. I mean, you really don't need anything else. So let's do the actual core here. Palette is going to be... Oh wait, you know what we need to do first? Int random index equals random range of... What is this, inclusive, right? Random range returns a number between the min and the max. We want the, I don't know if it'll give us, yeah, it'll give us the int one. So return the range from the min inclusive, so it will include 0 to max exclusive. So we can just give it the palettes.length since it is exclusive, and that will work fine. And so now what will happen is we will go to, well, oh, sorry. We're going to go to the palette. I'm going to set it equal to palettes random index. There. And then here, if there's only one, we don't need to randomize. There's only one possible result, and it's just index 0. And that's it. And there you go. Theoretically, this should work. It's all theory till you prove it. Let's see if it works. Random, load random palette controller. Okay, so our palettes, we got 2 of them right now. Soda can, red and yellow. So now that we have this, and assuming it works, what we want to do is go here for where the event happens. Uh-oh. What happened? Hope this isn't Unity. Oh no, it's Snip. Snip died. Alright, hold on. That's just the music ticker on the bottom. Hold on, I'll fix it. Just a second. Maintenance. That's funny. I thought it was Unity. I was like, oh, you wouldn't do that right when I got that thing working, right? There's Snip. Okay. Okay, should be fixed. Alright, looks like it's right. My heart skipped for a second. Yeah, I know, right? Every time you see it, you're like, oh, here we go. Just gotta redo everything we just did. Nah, it's fine. So here on the shared event listener, we do a play the random chance animation. We're just gonna make a new one. Oh, not that. Hold on, let me place it so it doesn't go crazy. We're gonna do the soda can itself, and then the load random palette, and then select random palette. And that was the method we made here. So if all this works, hopefully it will change the color of the can randomly. We get a 50-50 shot. Oh shoot, hold on, I gotta save that. It's not gonna work. Save this, and I gotta unload the scene because the code's going to try to load it anyway when we get in here. So let's, oh, I have to set it so that it always, is that the baby yapping? We got a new kitten. She's screaming for food. You think the thing was dying? Alright, so we're gonna trip Ryu. Boom, we got a yellow can. Yellow. Yellow. Oh, come on. Yellow. I mean, it could just be bad luck. There's red. Yep, it was just bad luck. Okay, so there you go. It randomizes. So we're gonna make a whole bunch of palettes now. Yep, there's the yellow one. So we're gonna make a whole bunch. We got up here, we got green cans, pink cans, dark blue cans. So we're gonna represent all those each in a palette. Yeah, has a bias toward lemon flavor. I know, really, right? Oh, and he's dead. Bonk. Okay, well now we know it works, so let's go crazy. Load it back up. Let's go to the stage. So we said that there was what now? It's hard to see there. Hold up here. So we got pink, green, blue, navy are the new ones. Pink, green, blue, navy. Or I guess cyan and blue. You could say cyan because it's light blue. I don't know. Look, I'm not an expert on colors. I say all the names wrong. Alright, have a good one, man. Thanks for popping in. We do this every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so hop on back if you got more questions or Just want to hang. Oh, shoot. Now, where is this thing? Soda can. Did I do NGW? Oh my god, where is this thing? I got too many friggin'... Here, if I go to... Yeah, palette. Or, the preview view, I can see it here. Okay, so we want... 2, 3, 4, was it we needed? Cyan, navy, green, I don't want to see the other one, pink, maybe it's purple, I don't know, you decide. Okay, this one's supposed to be green. So let's take the color here, just kind of paste it into here since we can't use the eye droplet. Man, white actually goes pretty good with that. I probably won't change the label. I like it. Alright, navy. Oh, wrong one. Oh, I guess it's purple. Now that I look at it. Whatever. Close enough. We can rename it later. It doesn't matter. Alright, and that label... It's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be like some Monster Energy drink shit. Yeah. Just give it something like that. Some Monster Energy drink bullshit. Crazy colors, and just to be extra crazy, we're gonna give it like a dark outer can. Yeah, it's a crazy one. Look at it. You don't want to drink that. That shit'll kill you. There you go. Alright, this one's supposed to be pink. Copy. There, pretty pink. Yeah, I guess the white label actually just kind of goes with a lot of stuff. I guess I'll just leave that. This one's supposed to be red, this one's supposed to be yellow, this one's supposed to be cyan, so... Oh, copy. Paste. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to change this. What if this becomes like brightish? And then we can change the label. I don't know, part of me wants to make it yellow, but orange? Yeah, sure, orange, whatever. That might work. And I think that's all of them. Yellow, red, pink, navy, green, cyan. Okay. Has an extra 2,000 calories. Bubblegum soda? Which one now? This one? Yeah, I guess this one. I guess, I don't know. Diet flavor. Yeah. Crazy Monster Energy drink. It'll kill you, man, I'm telling you. Don't drink that shit. In all seriousness, people can actually have adverse reactions to those. Energy drinks are pretty dangerous, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I've known people that have had very, very serious reactions to them. No joke, man. No joke. Okay, so we got pink. navy, green, cyan, red, yellow, pink, navy, green, cyan, red, yellow, pink, navy, green. Okay, I think that's all of them. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess theoretically sugar itself can be an addictive thing, so yeah, I guess by default, you know, you could say that, yeah, they're addictive. I don't know, otherwise, I don't know any studies that have shown like actual addiction properties, so I'm not gonna legally compromise myself by being like, ah, yeah, that sounds about right. Oh wait, I gotta make it so it although I wouldn't scoff at the idea. I'm just gonna make this again temporarily spit out cans every time. Boom. So there's a diet. There's our lemon. There's our red. It's cherry flavor, I guess. More lemon. You're right, it's got that lemon bias. Oh, come on, we gotta see one of everyone. Okay, there's bubblegum. Monster. Another monster. It really wants Ryu dead. Ooh. There's lime. Oh, gotta get them away from it so I can see it. I think they've all shown so far. I think they've all shown now. So yeah, it looks like they're working. There you go. Random colors. Bonk. Monster sponsored stream. Hell no, I would never take them as a sponsor. Fuck that. Not in a million years. There's just some stuff that's too dangerous to endorse. That's how I feel about it anyway. So yeah, there they are. So if we reset it, and it should only come once every 6, or not once every 6, but it's got a 1 in 6 chance of showing up, so it's not all the time. Sponsored by Terry's Converse shoes. I take that. I take that sponsor. I'll put a Converse banner up there. That's fine. I used to wear that shit. There you go. There it is. Grape came out. That's good though, because you don't want it to pop out all the time. So there you go. There's lemon at the end. I love it. It's really good when it happens on a KO, because then you actually can kind of like see it. I'd rep Terry's entire outfit if I had his guns. Yeah, for real, right? He's had that fucking coat for 24 years. There's no sleeves left on him. Yeah, there's lemon. Get it! Bonk. Yeah, you get it sometimes, you don't. I think that works. So how about that? That's pretty good, right? And on the other side of the stage, this light here blinks when there's a knockdown. And in fact, you won't get it in one round. Well, probably not. But eventually, if you do it enough times, oh, not yet. One more. Hey, Graphicus, what's up? There it is. Now it goes out. It stays out for the rest of the match. It'll flicker still, but it'll stay off. That's fine. Yeah, I was say that's how I reference you on Twitter anyway. See, it's still out, even though the round ended. Now you can reset it. Actually doing the reset position resets the entire match, and so that effect goes away, and you can do it again. It takes a random amount between 16 and 20 knockdowns for it to occur. Ugh, let's go! There we go, we've got a whole bunch of stuff in this stage. So of course the vending machine also flickers, but it gives you the can randomly. There it is. Does Terry's mouth do something weird when he runs? I don't know, does it? Let's see. It looks a little strange. I'll give it to you. It does look a little odd. Let's take a look. Parachute. Yeah, kind of like he opens it, and it's like shaded. Don't really know what to do with that. But you're right, it does look a little strange, doesn't it? I think that's just how the sprites were. Do I have this data rip here? I do not. Let's pull that up. Resources. Raw resources. Fighters, data dump. Where's Match of the Millennium? Characters. Oh, and Terry's right here. Oh! His Match of the Millennium sprites have an additional pixel here. This is supposed to be teeth. I bet. I don't know, perhaps did I accidentally erase it? But yeah, look. I bet that's supposed to be teeth. So, let's take a look at that. Yeah, I bet that's supposed to be teeth. I don't know why that pixel got erased. Unless I used a bad rip. I don't think I used a data rip for this one. But I never really thought about going back to verify that run frame. That's funny. Alright, well, let's take a look. In fact, let's copy this into the other one. So we've got a reference to look at right in the sheet. That's alright. I don't really care what color it happened to pick up. Just want it to be referenceable. Yeah, so it's closed there. That's funny, only one frame is actually closed. But yeah. Okay. So, what we want here, we want to use the green, because that's the eyeball white, not to be confused with the other white. And then he had something like this. So we're going to start with this, but I have a feeling that we're going to have to correct it a little bit here. Yeah. So the question then becomes, is this pixel actually necessary for the overall shape? In black and white, it kind of seems like it's necessary for the shape of the mouth. But here, I don't know if it would be. Would you just do this? That looks kind of weird. Maybe you do need it. Well, just for the heck of it, let's see. We are in index mode, right? Okay. Now let's replace this with just white for now. Oh, that did not do anything? Oh, the palette's locked. Hold on. Let's do that again. There we go. So now we can see what it looks like when it's white. Yeah, that's true. An accurate black and white palette is important too. That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, Terry sprites are weird. Terry sprites are really weird. I don't know which ones. I think I just assembled all the sources that I found. And then later when we did the data rips, I never went back to it, but I didn't feel like I needed to at that point. I used what was it now? I used a couple of First Contact's limbs, so I like that this sprite here looks really thin in Match of Millennium, like the foot's really thin. So I used the First Contact one, which had a bigger foot on it. There were maybe 2 of those that I did that with, but not very many. For the most part, First Contact sprites are not very good, because they've got like shading and stuff applied to them. It's meant for black and white viewing, and I think when they colored it, they realized, oh yeah, this doesn't work right in color. Yeah. So, alright, so what do you think? Does this look alright here? Or does this also still look a little wanky? I don't know, it kind of looks alright. Think it looks fine? Yeah, it's not perfect, but I guess it's alright. Okay, so we're gonna undo the green. And so we'll get rid of these. And what we'll do is open where is it now? Shoot, Terry might not have the right palette either. No, he does. I filled out the rest of them with pink. That's how I can tell. I filled out the rest of them to make 16 explicit colors. Yeah, alright, before we load the other one, we're just gonna save this. Terry default palette. So we'll have it to reference. And we'll lock that back down. Deselect that. So we want to open Terry's sheets. So his running animation is somewhere here. Oh yeah, absolutely. Same here. Well, I used like the leg from it, but not the whole sprite. Most, like 99% of it's Match of the Millennium and KOFR2. But there's a couple legs that I was like, it's a little thin. I wanna make it bigger. So I only used like the leg portion of the sprite and then modified that a little bit to fit better. I'll show you in a second. Not paying attention here, so I probably ran right by it. Where's that damn run? Here's run. There it is. Mustachio Terry. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to load palette Terry's default. Okay, it does line up. That's good. Gotta make sure that works. And then I don't know if these are actually spaced out properly, but if they are, they'll just go right over top. It is almost. It's almost. So what I'm going to do is go backwards. And we're going to paste them up top here. And we'll just copy them back. Okay. Copy them back to here. They all line up. Everybody's happy. Now we're going to load the original grayscale palette. And there you go. Boom. We do not necessarily need these anchor points. The sheet has already been created, so we don't need to alter them, and none of the frames have changed size. So then we want to save this as the non-anchored version. There we go. So let's open in the folder. This is non-anchored, Perry run, copy. Go back to, we don't even need to stop the game, it will pick right up, which is really cool. Unity's got a lot of quality of life features here. Sprites. And we just want to open up this folder. Doesn't matter which one by. Now we paste in and replace. And now it should no longer be Mustachio Terry. There you go. He's got his mouth. Yeah, so he's kind of like he's breathing. Yeah, it works. Yeah, that's what the little red pixel, it's the anchor. So we kind of figure out where to put the alignment through that. And that's, if I were to, where is that run here? So if I were to open this up, oh, it won't show you because it's on, so let me turn it off and show you. See where the anchor is here? The little dot. You don't see the red pixel because I erased it, but that's how I figure out where to put this anchor here. And I line it up with that. You saw an anchor point during gameplay? Uh-oh. Do that combo again. What was it? Was it this? This one? Uh-oh, where is it? Did I screw it up? Oh. Wait, hold on. Was it on power charge? Hold on, I think I saw it too, right? Was it on crack shoot? Oh no. No, it wasn't. What was it on? Yeah, I think it might just be the red shoes. I think it might just be the red shoes. It looks like it when he's doing crack shoot, but it's actually just his shoes. Let's see if I can put it in. Is he gonna do it? Yeah. See, like I think you're seeing like that for only a couple frames, and then you see this, but it's not really an anchor point. It's just his shoes. Yeah, and then you see the dot here, but that's still just his jacket, and then it's his shoes again. Yeah, it can play with you because it's using that same color. I was gonna say, I'm pretty diligent about those kind of things, but who knows? I can always mess up. Ah. Powerwave VX is pretty powerful. And we're all seeing it now. We're all got the placebo going. We're seeing it everywhere. The paranoia is setting in. Nah, it's just his shoe. It's just his shoe. It looks like it. There's so much red. It's the paranoia, man. Yeah, I suppose secret power to spawn red pixels. Oh, that's not gonna work. That's alright. Oh, that was not right. Did not time that right. You can do that though. Oh, oh, that's not it. There you go. If you let him fall enough, you can get both of those hits. If you do it too early, it'll miss. And obviously if you do it too late, then then you're gonna miss that. Why is Terry's cap only backwards during power dunk? Because that's the only time it ever is backwards. Is high angle geyser? He actually does not turn the cap backwards, believe it or not. So it represents accurately here that he doesn't. He only ever turns it around during power dunk, and then in some of his victory animations in the various KWFs he's turned it around, from what I understand. Yeah, high angle is the EX version of power dunk. So his supers are Buster Wolf, Power Geyser, and only in Power Max, Power Stream. And so those were the three supers that I picked for him. And then other supers can basically become EX attacks at that point, if they fit the motif. So I was trying to think, like, what would EX Power Dunk even be? Like, what would it do? And then eventually I realized that High Angle Gazer basically is a powered up Power Dunk. So screw it, that's an EX attack now. The Buster Wolf is, I did the sprites for the Buster Wolf. Pocket did the Power Stream. He did all of that. And there's a couple, like the grabbing. Yoshin did the grab animation. Only a few things, and that's pretty much it. There's not too much that's new. Everything else is pretty much reused. Might be one thing here or there. Yeah, all the burn knuckles are. That's just that's a Fatal Fury First Contact sprite. Although I think Right Toe did an additional frame for it. Right Toe did the Power Wave. It's actually Garrou's version of the Power Wave, so that's custom. Burn Knuckle is actually from Fatal Fury First Contact, although slightly edited. Yeah, and Match of the Millennium High Angle is... No, you get High Angle off the bat, don't you? Or is it the one that you purchase? Man, I can't remember now. I've got the Neo Geo Pocket here, but I don't have batteries in it. I can't tell if it's the one I unlocked. I think I don't. Do I have batteries? Let's see. Oh, there are batteries, but will it turn on? Are they dead? Oh, it'll turn on. Alright, let's see. Let's see if it's the one that comes stock or not. I don't know if you can hear it. Start sparring. Oh, no, I don't want that. I want Terry. Terry versus Ryu. Let's see. Can he do it right away? Alright. I have High Angle Geyser. I can do that one. So it's not that one. He can do power geyser, of course. Alright, so let's see. What does... Oh, back. So if I go to the shop, let's see what it says. Alright, let me in. Master skill. Oh, you're right. I did unlock it. It is high angle geyser. So I guess he only has power geyser until you unlock that. I think he's only got 2. Yeah, that's weird. You're right. Yeah, I purchased it on my copy already. That's funny. Yeah, I unlocked Ryu and Ken's and Terry's, which makes sense as the ones I use the most. Alright, well, at least I know my Neo Geo Pocket Color's got good batteries in it. There you go. A little diversion. I keep it on my desk at all times. You see how dedicated I am? That's the dedication we've got here in GameDevScrubs. That's how it works. So the other thing I wanted to do in this stage was to add that trash can here. And maybe make it like hop when somebody gets knocked to the ground. Or maybe it falls over randomly or something. I don't know. The more I've been thinking about it, the more I'm not really sure if I want to do it or not. Not out of time constraints or anything, but just we got so many things that react to knockdowns that are just kind of like, do we need another thing? Dev cred plus 50, yeah. Oh god, yeah. Unlocking anything in Match and 1 is a huge pain. The characters are completely randomized. Whether or not you get it, you have to unlock a puzzle piece for them, and it's randomized whether or not you can even get one of them gone every time you go through arcade mode. You get so sick of fucking arcade mode by the time you're done with it. It's just like, I don't want to play the game anymore. Why would I want to play? Yeah, I forget BB Hood's even in the game. You're right. She is. I think I got everybody except Evil Ryu and LBRY now. In my private copy. It's just so hard to unlock anything. I want another can. Give me another can. No can. Evil Ryu looks cool. Like, I like his animations are really neat. But yeah. Alright, let's get that trash can in there. Let's at least put it in there, because it's just missing right now. Part of me doesn't care if it bounces, I just want it in there. Oh, who's pinging me on Discord? What's going on? Oh, it's a different server. Never mind. I think SNK is running a contest. Are they? SNK's got a contest on their Discord. Go to it. I don't know. Oh, they're giving away codes for Garo, I think. Is it? I don't know. Yeah, Steam Garo. Yeah, SNK's got a good Discord. They do giveaways and stuff a lot. They got a lot going on there. Oh. Yeah, well, sort of. Let's see. Let's pull up LBRY's sheet since you mentioned it. There's a little more going on than just a color edit, but a lot of it is reused poses. But there are a few different. He's got different attacks, but some of them are reused from Akuma too. So don't give him too much credit. But hey, you know, when you're adding a bazillion characters to the game, sometimes you just need to cut a few corners. Let's see, resources, raw resources, fighters, data dump, match of the millennium, characters. So I believe LBRY is the last character in the file, so that denotes that he's probably the last one that they made. Oh no, BB Hood was. LBRY was second to last. Okay, so let's just cut him out here. He's got a little bit more going on than people give him credit for, though. And I'll show that here. So let's chop off what we don't need. We don't need this. It's not really part of him. It's just gibberish. Okay, so his obviously. Hold on. Get rid of them. They're not part of them. This obviously is his stance, which is different. Absolutely different there. It's a pretty neat one. His walking is unique. I don't think any other character has this walk, so that's a unique animation. But in every single one, and it might be easier if I pull up Ryu to, hold on. Yeah, we don't want that. I'm gonna save that. Close. Let's just get rid of some of these. Oh, I already guess I had it open. Okay, now let's open Ryu just as a comparison here. There's one big thing they did to all the sprites on LBRY. It has to do with the way that they shaded his clothing. So if we go to, I don't know, let's go to jumping. This actually will be a pretty good example. So on Ryu's jump here, notice how the pants are a solid color. They're just white here. But on the LBRY one, they added a shadow here, and they did that because he has a dark gi now. So you can see that shadow in a lot of the sprites. Like here when he kneels, they added the shadow. Akuma has that as well. Here's a good shot, because you can see the highlight on the side. Yeah, so they added all that, and then they changed his eyes. Are all different. Some of his teeth expressions have been changed to look more menacing. But not everything. His run is completely unique. No other character has that run. His blocking has actually changed, believe it or not. He has like a cross guard. And Ryu and Ken, and I don't think Akuma has that either. So that's new. All of his attacks have these mean mouths on them. He's got... This is Akuma's air fireball, but this apparently is just light punch in the air. I think they just thought it was cute looking to make it different. So they did. Let's see. Here, this is actually Akuma's heavy punch. I just swapped out for Ryu's head. And then again, this is Akuma's air fireball heavy, but they made that his heavy punch in the air, I believe. It's quite a bit different. Let's see, the kick's the same. Other than obviously the shading that they've added, but the grabs look the same. Hadouken looks the same. Shoryu looks the same. I mean, other than the eyeballs too, of course. Tatsu looks the same. He's got the elbow attack. He's got the back turn for the Raging Demon. This is the dodge pose, dizzy, air guard break, just kick frames here. This is his dodge move, I think. So when you dodge in match in one, a lot of people don't know this. There's a typically a unique animation. If you dodge and then press an attack button, you'll get unique animation. And so here it's a light kick. This is actually the one that they use for Ken's light kick in his normal moveset. Ryu has it as well. I don't know if I put it at the end of the sheet here or not. Yeah, I did. It's normal Ryu's dodge attack as well. And so Ken Ryu and Evil Ryu all have this animation. And you could easily edit it for Akuma too if you ever wanted to. Then he has the donkey kick. I don't know if he actually has it as an actual move or not. I don't know if it's just an intro animation or if it's an actual move. He's got the same running, or the same dashing pose. And that's pretty much it, I guess. Oh yeah, and this was the non-smear frame on the Akuma punch here. Wherever the heck that happened to be, I don't know where it is now. Sometimes you'll see that where the last frame is at the end, which I think probably what happened is they added a frame somewhere here or there, and they're like, it doesn't look quite right. We need one more frame. As you see, here's the end of the kick. The kick actually starts up here. Row 3 on the right. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, so see, it ends on the smear frame. And then they tack this one on the end of the file. And that's actually the last sprite there. And the rest is just the cutscene sprite, and then it starts BB Hood's file. So yeah, we'll just fill that in. I don't know if I've extracted these before, so to save myself the effort, we're gonna go to the secret potential folder. Potential fighters, and it doesn't mean to confirm, it just means I got sprites for them. Yeah, and there was some that I ripped here with the effects on. But yeah, I don't have the data sheet, so in case I ever need it. Data dump. Evil Ryu, match of the Millennium. There we go. And then, so here I ripped a couple extra things. Some of the effects here. He actually has like a Marvel type beam for his super. He's got a few unique things. And then here's his normal Hadokens are Shinku Hadokens. And then his super is the big one, but I think the level 2 super is the big one, but with the red palette or something like that. He's a little weird. He's got extra stuff. Oh no, his level 2 super, I'm sorry, is the big beam one. So the normal super is always the biggest Hadoken, but then the level 2 super is the beam. Like he's super OP. Yep. Yeah, he's the only one with beam Shinko in the game. Yeah, you hear that? The entire Tekken cast is confirmed. Yeah, one Shindan. There's no Shindan. I'll never put Kage in. Why would you put Kage in instead of Evil Ryu? Who in their right mind would do that? So here were some of the... I colored a few of them. This is before I started using the colored outlines, though. And I made like a normal palette for them. Oh, man, it's making me... I don't like the way that looks, so let's save this. Save as... I like the base color here. Well, yeah, first let's change the sprite to color mode indexed. Whoa. I brought him down real weird. That's alright. So I'm gonna say this is gonna be 128. Will change. Ah, crap, it's not. The palette was locked, so it wouldn't let me edit it. Here we go. Gray. 28. No, 128. Why won't you work? Do it this way then. Okay. The rest of those colors are fine. So I'm going to bring this up now to RGB, and then we will copy in one of these to get the color samples. Let's see what we can do for him. So a little fun coloring at the end of the stream here. Oh, got too much longer. There we go. This is my basic process for this. And I feel like, you know, his gloves should be a different color. So we'll borrow the color that I used previously, which is different than this one. This is his face shading. Give him a slightly different red there. I don't like the red for the bandana. We'll change that in a minute. And we got... Oh, actually, you know what I'm going to do? Here. Hold on. I'm going to remove this. Paste that back in. I'm going to change the... I'm going to bring this back down to indexed. Oh, that's not what I want. First I want to... Well, let's lock the palette first. We're going to build a palette. Yeah, create palette from current sprite. Okay, now we're gonna unlock. I'm gonna put it in indexed mode. And what I'm going to do here, we're gonna change this. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna change this to this. So I'm gonna take this, copy it, go here to the white, and paste it there. This way I don't have to do as much work. Oh, I did not... Okay, I can just do it from here. I didn't get the right palette for that. So copy that. And then if we choose this, and paste it... Oh, that didn't come out well. What happened? Why did that not work? Copy. Let's cut it, make sure we got it. Now let's go back. So we want to replace this with that. There we go. Okay. Then I don't have to do as much work to recolor them. So at least the major colors are already there. Okay. And then we're going to take the color mode back to RGB because I need that white now again. From here. And I'm just going to fill in... Oh! How come I didn't get that white? It's an RGB mode. I didn't get it. Alright, that's fine. We'll just make it. Just go here. We'll make it 255 for now. And then we'll add it to the palette. Okay, that looks right. And we'll add it to the palette by creating a new palette from the current image. And then we'll go back down to index mode to enforce it. There we go. Okay, now he's here. Let's see. Oh, chat messages. Hold on. I'm getting lost here. Go Hibiki and all that Mugen style riffraff. Yeah. Are you sure his eye should be red? You have to keep the bandana red on all palettes as well. They're slightly different reds. I'm not sure if I want to keep them the same, but they're just separated for the moment. Oh, I didn't replace the entire hex code. Gotcha. Yeah, these are basically his CVS2 colors. So here, Ryu doesn't really have brown. He doesn't have purple so much for his darker shade. So maybe something more brown might work, like a dark brown for his outline color here. So let's edit the palette. Oh, we don't. Let's do HSV. I don't know if red is strictly good for him or not. I mean, you could go bluish, kind of give him like that purple aura, but I don't know if that works or not. Yeah, he has black bandana in Alpha because his gi and his bandana are the same color in those games. But in Marvel, check Marvel 1 has the red bandana, and Street Fighter 3 doesn't have it at all, so you'd have to check CVS 2, I think. Typically high saturation is good for this, and then you don't want to go too high in value. I mean, you could do purple here. Give his skin a bit of a purplish hint. Yeah, you could do that. It's probably a little too light anyway. So I want to bring it down and make it less saturated, brighter, a little more saturation, a little darker, a little less saturation. Maybe? I don't know. I feel like it's got to be a little brighter. It's got to stand out from his gi a bit, right? That's not terrible. Well, maybe something like that. Yeah, and I guess if we're going to shift him towards the purple spectrum there, that it kind of makes sense to... Oh, the wrong one here. Then it kind of makes sense to give him kind of that purple base to him. I don't know, let's see what more brownie looks, though. Yeah, I don't know if I like the brown. It's hard to say. Just kind of that blue-purple sort of works, too. It's kind of... just kind of works. You can get him really blue. And then, like, it's too Ryu, because Ryu has... Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad there. Just gotta darken it a little. Or maybe not. Yeah, not terrible. What's really bugging me is that headband, though. That shit's gotta be blood red. I don't know about the eyes, though. His eyes have traditionally just been red, I think, in this mode. So you would, well, you don't want to necessarily do it on the sheet because you don't want to get these like mixed up with each other, but just to view it here, if we want to make them the same color, they would look like this. Oh, something happened. White got killed. There we go. Oh, alright, we've got a hex value. Let's see what that looks like. Got a hex. Oh, Well, that's quite saturated, isn't it? I see where you're going with it. I just don't know. Feels like it's maybe too purple. I see what you're trying to do with it, though. It sucks I don't have the rest of them colored to look at different poses. Yeah. I guess that would depend. Like Street Fighter, it's always just been kind of dark like this. But if he's possessed, or like an Orochi version, then I see what you mean, because then he would have that Orochi-ish kind of thing, like Yori's got it. Yeah, I don't know. Let me save this one. Copy this. Well, hold on. Let's see. Gi would need to be more of a reddish purple to make the pink skin stand out. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was quite clashing. Alright, we got a new hex value here, so create palette from spray. And are we indexed? We are now. Skin. Oh, that's even more purple. Oh, Jesus. Let me get the other one. I think the first one looked better, actually, in that regard. Yeah. So then, yeah, this one's just too desaturated at this point. So we need some more saturation. There. And that would... Oh. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something along the spectrum. You could go full like purple. That sort of works, but Ryu's not really known for that kind of color. Well, yeah, I was gonna say that you could do these kind of alterations on alternate colors too. So I just want to save this as an alternate. And then at least I have it on file there. Since we were screwing around with this anyway. No, it's too... That's about right. For this one, for this skin tone. He's dark, but he's not... It's not too dark. It comes off as black. That's pretty good, actually. Let me change the eye back so that it's just slightly different. So that I know that it's the eye. And that's our time's up. So we're gonna have to wrap it up. But it was something to play with. I'd say the only other thing to show you was that this is the actual Match in the Millennium palette that's on the select screen, which is weird. It's really weird. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Raw resources, I think it's under other? Yeah. So look at Ryu's palette on the character select screen. It's wacky. It's wacky. I don't know what is going on here. I don't know what. I guess he's got red hair and he's got a blue bandana for some reason, and yeah, I don't know what the heck that was about. But that was let's close this. We don't need this. And we don't need that. And we don't need that. And we do need that. We don't need that one. We don't need that one. Yeah, that was the basis for this one. I was like, huh? What the heck is that? But I mean, you could do it. So just real quick, if you just wanted to rip these colors off quick, did I get his bandana or his gi? That's just to kind of get him in here in the template. Let's get down what they originally had, and we can monkey with it. It's actually not bad with the purple there. I mean, that's kind of it. The gloves are basically the same. I guess the gloves are a little more red. Oh, the eyes. The eyes are a specific color here. Oh. So yeah, that's essentially it. I mean, I guess... Oh, they're brown here. They're not red, they're brown. So for this color, and it's not too terrible right off the bat, but let's play around with it a little bit. Do that, perhaps. Oh, yeah, you could maybe do this. Maybe do something like that. It's hard to tell with these sometimes. You only have so many degrees of value to work with here. Otherwise, back in the red spectrum again. Yeah, I feel like going into the teal spectrum kind of helps. Do you think you're using S-scale sprites? Yeah. Yeah, we should use Nesquio. That's my favorite version of Kyo anyway. Something like that. And the gloves, you make them a little more vibrant because it's kind of a campy palette, right? Make them a little more red. Slightly desaturated. A little darker. Yeah. And then skin tone. Now this one might work better with something more pinkish. Yeah. Nah, going all the way that far seems like a bit much. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking the pink might actually work better in this kind of sense. And then we've got to change the secondary. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. Yeah, somewhere about like that. There you go. That's its own one, I think, already. Yeah. Match one. There. We made an alternate. How about that? purple is better at tying that shade of blue and red together. Yeah. Yeah, so you think it looks alright? Is that what you're saying? I know that message was from the past and I wasn't really paying attention. I think it looks alright. Other than maybe some tweaking, but... Uh-oh. Is that thunder? Why is it always thunder when I'm streaming? Oh, well, I guess that's my cue to get the hell out of here. Yeah, I don't trust for a second the sprite rip that I found for Evil Ryu. I think absolutely it's missing way too much off of it. So I'll probably just have to recolor all these. You had to go away from the computer for a second. Did you respond to your previous question? Yeah, no, we absolutely need to use Nesquio. I think it's imperative. Number one, because he looks cooler. And number two, because Nesquio is my favorite Kyo. Yeah, Pika says pack it up. Yeah. Alright, yeah, I just wanted to get that last palette in there. I thought that was pretty good. There you go. So now we can have the Match in the Millennium one. And that one fits better with the pinkish skin. So then you can have the classic Evil Ryu palette. And then you can have the wacky Match in the Millennium one if you want. Have all the selections. Come think of it, I don't know what Evil Ryu's secondary palette is in Match the Millennium. Like his actual, like, you know, low color version palette. And do I have it? No. This was just the one that I pulled together from the ones I found online, but I don't trust these sprites at all. They miss so many poses. I can't trust a single one of them to be accurate, so I'm just gonna throw it out and color the datasheet. Which is probably what we should do anyway. Not saying that Evil Ryu is gonna be in the game, but I just like to color these guys sometimes. So if I'm feeling bored and feel like doing something else, sometimes I'll just color random characters. Hello, what's up?
What's up? Can't I come hug you?
No. Just kidding.
My name's Mark and I'm suspicious of my girlfriend, even though she lets me touch her boobies.
Terms of service. Terms of service. Love you.
Love you too.
No.
Shut up, I'm Kitty Lily, remember?
Yeah, I know. Not on this stream, this is for Sunday.
No, shut up. I'm method acting.
Yeah. So, alright. I guess that's it for now. We didn't get the trash can in, but that's fine. I can insert the trash can during the week if it bugs me that much. So it was super fun, man, and thanks for the helpful tips. Hey, no problem. Yeah, come on back. So we're yellow card trash can hype. So yeah, we'll be back 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Monday, and that is going to be the 13th. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the 13th. And then we do gameplay on Sundays, me and Amber. So we're going to be continuing Goemon, Mystical Ninja, starring Goemon, which is a really, really, really good N64 game. So come check that out. And that's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. So we do Sunday, Monday, back to back. And then I rest for the week because I'll die otherwise. Yeah, that game's great. It's great, so come on by. Yesterday we did the second session, and the previous Sunday we did the first. You can check out the VODs on the channel. They should be there if you want to catch up. And then you can join us next Sunday for the third. And eventually I upload them on YouTube, but I'm kind of behind at this point. So if you want to watch them now, between now and the next time, the VODs are here on the Twitch channel. Alright, let me save my progress before it all crashes on me. And that's it. Alright, so we've got a new kitten. What was he doing? What is that? Oh. They're the chips. Sniffing a bag of chips. So we've got a Patreon, so I've got names to read off. the very, very generous members of the Scrub Army. So we've got Zombie Killer, Miguel Tabasco, AJ, Angel, Awakened Emperor, Bryce Nagalingam, Corporal Chungus, Jose Martinez, Mike Cruz, Uncle Roy, Rui Luis, Slugs Gears of War, Taryn Williams, Anthony Moniz, D-Money107, and LD Walker. So thank you guys very, very much. You help keep things going, keep the mic on, the lights on. So we'll see you guys next Sunday and Monday then. And we got Discord channel down below. So get the... Oh, wrong mouse. I'll try to send it in chat here. If Scrubbot hasn't crashed yet, then he'll provide the link. No, he crashed. He's done. There is no link. Link's going to be down below then. If you're catching this on LBRY or YouTube, hello from the future past, and we'll eventually have you up. This one up on there. A little behind, but we're getting there. So I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Shut up! I ordered you your poster frame on Walmart just now.
Oh boy!
I'm
Yay!
Pick it up tomorrow.
Oh boy!
Yeah.
And Velcro strips?
Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I need Velcro strips. Got to reconfigure some of the equipment. So.
All right, I'll look around for them tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so see you guys later. Have a good one, and scrub out.